What up, what up, what up, what up? It's your boy Kemetic Energy, and this is Dirty Mouth Radio. Dirty Mouth Radio, produced by Livewire Sound and Entertainment.
It's Shardae.
It's your boy Cray.
What's good? What's poppin'? We back.
Man, we living in some backwards type society, bro. That's all I can say.
Yeah, shit been wild as hell lately, ain't it?
I guess it's always been wild as hell.
It has. I don't know. I feel like it's getting to another level, though, man. There's a lot of shit that's just out here. The whole damn New York done turned orange and shit.
What?
Sure. North Carolina orange.
Orange? What is orange?
Man, that air quality.
Oh, wow. It's that bad?
Yeah.
You can see, like, can y'all tell the difference? And even in
it looks smoky out here.
North Carolina?
Yeah, it's smoky out here, but it was completely orange in New York. But they saying it's a lot of up north. They saying it's more than just those two places. It's a lot of places right now. And it's just moving.
Yeah, it's in Georgia. It's here. It's in D.C. It's in Virginia.
Yeah.
It's everywhere. So my thing is, people keep saying, oh, it's the wildfire from Canada. How long we been having fucking wildfires in California? Years and years and years since I could fucking remember, and there's never been an issue with the air quality.
Wow. That was the same thing I was saying.
You can't tell me otherwise. They fucking with some shit.
Yeah.
So y'all think something blew up and they trying to cover it up? Like, how the fuck? Because I'm trying to figure out, how does a forest fire start in Canada? But then maybe it's some stuff I don't. Last time I checked, I thought Canada was pretty cold. Yeah.
Maybe.
It get hot like everywhere else, but the point is,
do it get that hot?
I don't know.
That sounds suspicious to me.
And then you have Canadians that are saying, "Yo, I don't see no wildfires. What the fuck y'all talking about?"
Bro, all I can say is it be hot as I don't know what down in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
It be hot in Charlotte, in North Carolina. How these forest fires just started in Canada? That's weird.
I don't know, yo. I always said there's more to the story, bro. That's
always.
I think. Mm-hmm.
So they got it to where now Supreme Court rules businesses can discriminate against gay people.
They can?
Today is a sad day in America. Lawmakers and are live saying that businesses can discriminate against LGBT people.
Why? What's in the law for?
Apparently, a woman. I guess this is just one example, but a woman was saying that she didn't want to have to be forced to make a website for homosexual marriage. And then I guess like after that, she's been trying to take a battle to the Supreme Court, and they just said it was cool. It's a whole article about it though, but it's this war, like the stuff that we be fighting for and fighting about. It's always like some ulterior agenda underneath it, right?
Yeah.
So like, I just be trying to figure out, like, where do y'all see the future of our country or our lives in general?
I don't know, man. I feel like they trying to point you into a direction that they want. In my opinion. Like,
have you ever thought about what that might be?
I don't know, yeah. I feel like it's
control.
It's control, but I feel like it's going into that either, the destruction of the black man. That's what I feel like it is.
Of the black man?
I feel like it's the destruction of the black man, but also to control the black woman. You see what I'm saying? Because the black woman is the key. The black woman is the one that's going to, grow the race and keep things going. But if you take away the so-called security from the black man, you can easily, well, I don't want to say easily, but you can control the black woman. You see what I'm saying? So that's what I feel like it's coming down to, yo. That's just my opinion.
But for the okay, because like I mean, what you think, Shardae?
I just feel like there's a level of control.
So y'all feel like it's control? I don't. In my head, I can't necessarily say that it's all about control. I don't know. I think that it's more so about. It definitely is control. So I mean, let's put that down in the book. But it's who are they trying to control? Like, is it just black people, or is it just all of society, or is it just lower class, or middle class and lower class? You know what I'm saying?
Middle class, lower class.
Yeah, it's a class issue.
Because like, if it's a class issue, you can't even just categorize it as just being a black thing or destroy the black man. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like those are two different fights, though. There's multiple fights regardless. There's a fight with class. There's a fight with race. You know?
Yeah, but there's a superior picture here. I'm trying to see what they're trying to paint, because on one hand, they talk about how they allowing businesses to discriminate against homosexuality. But then if you look into behind that, they just shut down Biden's whole bill against, the whole student loan situation. They just said, yeah, nah, we ain't with that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, anything to help lower class.
But they already forgave so many loans already. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's like,
I mean, but
that right there is just crazy to me.
That's also two sides going against each other as well, though. The House, the Senate. That's them battling it out.
Yeah.
If you look at it from a power perspective, I don't think it's that cut and dry. You see what I'm saying? That's
what
still
you mean?
a battle. I feel like with the student loan thing, right? That's a battle in itself. Democrats want it, student loans forgiven. Republicans feel some type of way about it. Some Democrats feel some type of way about it. Some Republicans are for it. It's a battle. The whole notion of the LGBTQ in that fight, that's a whole nother battle. I don't feel like it's just one person that's trying to fight all these battles and have it go one particular way. I feel like there's a bunch of different battles between a bunch of different people that may go along the lines of different socioeconomic statuses as well. You see what I'm saying? And other races.
So you don't...
I think it's a bunch of mini battles, man.
Okay, it's a bunch of mini battles, but do you think there's one ulterior motive?
I don't know if it's
just
particular
complete
motive.
Chaos.
I don't know if it's one particular motive. Like, this is the whole goal right here. I don't know if it's that simple. You see what I'm saying? Now, is there a picture that they want painted? Yeah, but I don't think like this one thing is it. No, it's a whole picture, like the picture behind me. You got the sky, you got the clouds, you got the palm tree, you got the waves. It's a lot of stuff that goes in that picture.
But in essence, what you mean? But you're going against yourself in your own statement, though.
Because you're trying to say that one picture is that one thing. But I feel like like a regular piece of art, it's so much complexities in that art that can be intertwined in so many different ways. You see what I'm saying? Like, if you look at a piece of art, your viewpoint of it may be different than somebody else's. So that's why I say I think it's a bunch of different things.
But those are based off of like someone else's perspective. When it comes to an artist, there's always a general outcome. Because what goes into it is that's just the process. That's details, that's spontaneous, that's feeling, it's emotion, it's science, it's math, it's all kinds of different stuff, right? You're right. There's a lot of going on. Is it fighting or is it in cohesion? You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the performance, when the art piece is done, it's all on one frame. It's all in one, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, I see what you're saying.
It's all for one purpose. So like, we talk about what?
No,
we talk about the big picture, but most of us don't understand the big picture because we standing in one corner looking at the bigger picture. You know what I'm saying? And it's hard to see the big picture when you're standing in the corner. And what you paying attention to might be a diversion from what's really going on over here because they trying to hurry up and complete it before you notice that the picture ain't done. You know? So in my head, I'm always thinking like, this is going on, this is going on, this is going on, but this and this is going on. Why are they doing this if this is going on? You know what I'm saying? I be trying to just, zoom out a little bit. It's hard because we're a part of the framework, Yeah. So
that is hard to do.
Unless you in the Supreme Court sitting there listening to them talk about zombie apocalypses and passing bills, whether or not we gonna have safe houses for it, like you don't know what's going on,
So that brings me to something, right? So recently I took a flight, right? I took a flight somewhere just temporarily, right? And I was listening to what Steve Harvey was saying. And he was talking about, just one time, just to get the feeling for it, take a first class flight. You see what I'm saying? If you're going to get a flight, just go first class and see how it is. And I did that. So I took a first class flight, right? And financially, it made sense. And that was the first thing that stuck out to me about going first class. Now, granted, first class prices can vary on the flight and where you're going and a whole bunch of other variables. But for me, it made sense. It was $90 extra to take this flight, right? Average wise, if you checked in 2 bags, you would have been damn near close to paying the first class flight, right? If you do first class, at least with American that I encountered, your 2 bags are free. So boom, you already getting your worth, right? So you get on this flight, of course, you're all the way in the front. You got to worry about nobody and have no issues. You also can get a pass with the American Airlines Admiral Club. And in that club, you get free food, free drinks, everything. And you're secluded away from everybody. You're in your own little world. So now you eating free, you drinking free, you getting on a flight free, you got your bags checked for free, right? But when I got on there and I got on that flight, it was so comfortable. Seats automatically recline. You got free drinks on the flight. You chilling. You got a big comfy seat. I got on that flight, right? And of course, I looked around me and ain't nobody look like me. So with that, I smiled and I was happy to fucking make everybody uncomfortable, right? So the weird part was when you get on the flight and you sit there, you got to watch all these people walk past you, right? So this is where I try to keep from smiling and laughing my ass off because I'm looking at all these other non-melanated people walking down here, and I got my chains on, I got my watch, I got all this jewelry on and all this, and they just like, well, who the hell is he? You can see it in the eyes. They're like, well, what the fuck is he doing here? He ain't even got no business doing. Oh, he must be a drug dealer and all this other bullshit, right? So I'm just staring at them, but I'm thinking to myself, with everything that you get in first class, why do we not take the opportunity to do it? You see what I'm saying? Why don't we take the opportunity ourselves to level ourselves up? It's like we choose to find the cheapest flight, but we don't even think about the other classes. We don't think about the benefits that you receive doing this and how it can actually be it can make more financial sense doing so. And I was looking at the lady next to me, and I kind of had a little bit of a conversation with her, but in the course of the conversation, I found out I can kind of pick her brain, and I found out that a lot of these people that do this first class stuff are thinking just like I do. They're not thinking about, oh, it's this amount of dollars more and oh shit, I'm not going to do this. They're thinking about it as in this makes sense to do it this way because you actually come out financially cheaper doing it this way and you get more amenities. So I guess my question to y'all is, why don't we think that way? You see what I'm saying? If you did y'all know that y'all get 2 bags for free if you go first class?
Well, I mean, in my head, it never really mattered because I don't take 2 bags with me anywhere. I'm
just saying, like,
for me, I mean, I've done it before, but my bags were already gone anyways.
That's my biggest question. Why don't we think about these type of things that we see these white people do? Why is the first thing that we think they got money, that's why they do it, as opposed to how are they doing it? You see what I'm saying?
Because usually people not thinking about that. They thinking about the flight costs and they're not thinking about paying anything extra.
On top, yeah.
A lot of people carry on bags. I could never do it because I don't pack like that. Mm-hmm. But a lot of people do carry-ons and they ain't thinking about extra to fly first class. They might be thinking about, having that extra money when they get to wherever they're going.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it goes into the same conversation you were just having, Josh. Oh, Craig, my bad. I feel like it's a economic mindset that we face, though. It's a challenge that we face because we think money, pay, but we don't think about how it may benefit you, how it might actually help you financially. But we so busy worried about the cost. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, it's different when you got money to play with. Like a lot of people just don't have money to play with and don't really have time. Exactly. A lot of people not putting in the mind energy that it takes to pretty much facilitate how much it's going to cost for me to just do. Because if you think about it, most of us is traveling with somebody else. So if they can't go first class, then why, you know what I'm saying, you just going to leave them in economy? Right. Or if like you got kids and stuff, you're going to pay first class for all your kids.
But in that,
and it's like, if you not taking a flight frequently, then it's like, does first class really matter? Like, I'm just trying to get to my spot, get me a little whip or whatever so I can get around when I get there. I think you're speaking on a mindset of like someone who's trying to better themselves financially and maybe economically. You would think about that because you aspire to do more with your money someday, right? Yeah. So you look into stuff like that.
But my thing is, it's not even about that though. I'm thinking about it as in, okay, painting this picture, right? If your flight is $120, right? And that's without the bags. But to go first class, and this is just for conversation's sake, $60 extra for let's say
I might not have that $60.
Right. You got like 60.
Hear me out. If I say the first class option is $40 extra for 2 bags, but you have a bag that's baggage fee is $35, would you pay that extra $5?
No, because I'm not taking the bags that I gotta pay for. I'm putting them in the overhead. I'm telling you, I don't pack like that. You know what I'm saying? You go
saying it as this is hypothetical. I'm not saying you personally. If you have to check a bag, would it make sense for you to take that route to go first class to pay an extra $5 for what you may get? Because once you go to that airport, you might get hungry, you might get thirsty, but you get all of this for free. All I'm saying is, at the bottom line, why don't we look more into the things that we see every single day that the wealthy or the elite class take advantage of?
because again,
but does that make or break you if you sit in first class or not?
It doesn't.
I mean, it ain't a make or break thing. I'm saying the bigger message is we don't always look into either how they're doing it or why they're doing it. We just see that they're doing it. And a lot of times we aspire to be like that, or we look at that and say, damn, that could be me one day. But we don't look into how are they actually doing it, or why they actually doing it, or what financially benefits them by doing it. And doing that actually betters yourself and well, maybe I'm just thinking.
But again, like, you have to think on the mindset. Like, if you're not a person that's flying all the time, that's not something that's coming across your register. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You thinking of how to save bread. I'm not about, okay, so I'm gonna pack this one bag up that's gonna be free, and I'm gonna put it in the overhead. You know, and I'm not thinking like, oh, I want to be comfortable and I want to drink like for 2 extra bags and a little bit of food. Like, I'm not tripping off that.
People that want to fly first class, they fly first class.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and they probably fly often too.
Exactly,
you know?
It's not a let me just do it for shits and giggles. No, and I have heard a few people do the same thing. Kemetic, you know, it's always been like a thing for them to want to fly first class, and they, you know, tried it because it made sense. Like, it only costs this amount or whatever. Mm-hmm. But I think honestly, for some people who fly and fly all the time, either they want to fly first class and they do it all the time, or it don't matter to them.
No,
more
so. I think a little different with that. I just think, I don't know. I just think about when it comes to making decisions about things financially, I think about how can you utilize that dollar? You see what I'm saying? Like I say, I treat every dollar like it's a worker. So it's like, how can I make this work for me as much as possible? You see what I'm saying? To either make me more comfortable or make me more money. And I feel like that's the mindset that we sometimes lack in a middle class or a lower compared to the wealthy and elite class. They think about that like it's every day. And I feel like it's type of thinking that sometimes suppresses us as a class, not even as a race.
I mean, well, like, again, as a class, it's a mind state, bro. Like, I keep stressing the word mind state, because if you got money and you've been studying money and how money operates and you've been learning, then in your mind it starts to click like what money is used for and how to use it. Mm-hmm. But if you've been working your whole life and all you do is use your money to buy things and pay off debt, then you only can think about problems that you need to solve. You can't think about extra shit that you want to do with your money because you don't have an extra money type of mind state. Mm. You only got right now money. You know, you don't have no money saved up or left over. You're not sitting here contemplating, well, how can I be more comfortable on a flight? Like, nah, I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to get to work. Can I afford gas, you know, today to get back home? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, people just live different lifestyles, and the majority of us don't live in a lifestyle or a mind state where we know what money is. Period.
Yeah, I feel like that's the bottom line right now. It's a money thing.
And, you know.
You feel like us as a... Do you feel like that we don't know the language of money as a whole?
We don't know what money is for, y'all. We just use it because we're told to. We don't know how it's really supposed to work, son. Mm. And it's hard to conceptualize this. I'm not going to front. It's hard to conceptualize and understand because somebody could tell you all day. Yeah, but unless you see it and can prove it for yourself, you just like, how does this? I don't understand, you know? Mm-hmm. Like you listen to everybody who rich. What they going to tell you? Rich people use money to make money. Everybody says the shit the same way, right?
They do.
Middle class people use money to pay off debt. Poor people use money to buy shit. Mm-hmm. Everybody said that. You can hear that 20,000 different times, right? Mm-hmm. But in your mind, you're like, how can money make more money? You know, how does that physically work? Mm-hmm. You know, if you work in a 9-to-5, you got 2-3 kids, you bleeding money out every week. You know, where does my money make more money, you know? But most of us want to build up a savings and shit. We think that, oh, if I save this money, I'm gonna be good. You know, like your money's dead. Money's paper. If it's sitting on the table, it can be of no use to you. Yeah. Once you take it and give it to somebody, then they take it and they invest it in somewhere else, and then they make money back off of it. But you lose bread.
Yeah.
You know? Once you take your money and start putting it in places that you're going to get some interest on it, get some APY, or you're going to invest it into a business, or you're going to invest into a side hustle, or you're going to put it into some stocks or something. Now your money's making money because every dollar that you put in is going towards money being returned to you. We don't conceptualize that because all we can think about is working. I got to work, get paid 2 times out of a month. Nigga, what? I'm like, in my place now, I'm like, nigga, if you only getting paid 1 time a month or 2 times a month, you loafing. You're headed into the poorhouse. You gotta make more bread. In every situation, it makes sense to make more money, yo.
That's real.
You gotta have more sources of income, and your bread gotta be working somewhere. Cause them saved dollars gonna go bye-bye. One little pandemic altercation and it's
wow.
Yeah, we don't need no more of them.
hospital bill, you know, anything can happen. Car accident, that bread gone. Then you gotta work hard to build it back up. Like, come on, son.
True facts.
So, but that's, you know, that's some of our mind state. But other people, they ain't. You gotta understand this too. Think about it. How often do you have money talk conversations with just your peers at work?
Yeah, that's real.
You know what I'm saying?
But so
how often is anybody?
Like, you definitely
how often is it? How often is anybody coming up to you and being like, "Yo, you can make this kind of money if you do this," or "I made this kind of money do it." We all work. We all make the same kind of bread. We all trying to do the same thing. So why is it our peers, we not trying to help each other get to more bread?
Yeah.
But them rich folks, they always talking about how to make more money. They don't even mind it.
Yeah.
My thing is, I don't think we know. People don't know how to really make more money. Or they haven't done it, so they can't really teach somebody else.
Yeah, that's another thing. That's another systemic issue.
Well, I was reading something somewhere, trying to find the article. I don't know if it's college or it's high school, but there is some school board that is had just created something as to where before they graduate, they have to take financial literacy courses. I guess, I mean, because what it is a financial literacy issue that we do have. Is that safe to say?
Yeah.
So, I mean, I'm all for that. I feel like that's something that should have happened a long time ago. Like between financial literacy courses and trade courses, I feel like that right there is really.
I was about to say that some trades.
Yeah, like, and that's a part of schooling that I always have a problem, right? Because there's in the education system or the educated mindset, in the back of people's heads, they always feel like there has to be a stark difference from somebody that actually took a trade versus somebody that took like liberal arts type of education. You see what I'm saying? And one always tries to be the dominant one over the other. Like everybody tries to push somebody that actually went to trade school and like, yeah, you're over here. You're like a blue collar. Oh, you're lower than I am because I went over here and I took these and I always feel like there's issues in the education system when it comes to that, man. That shit just, it pisses me off, yo. I don't tell too many people about like my degrees or things like that, because I feel like there's always a stigma placed on somebody that has degrees, and they feel like they have to talk to them and look at them and act like this around them versus somebody that doesn't have one and acts a different way. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I'm like, I want to know what your true self is, so I'm not going to tell you shit about what I got. And then when I do tell you, you shocked. And I'm like, why are you shocked? And I've done this plenty of times. They're like, why are you shocked? You don't act like you ever have. You have those. You just, not to say that you're stupid, but we can tell that you know you may have some education, but it's like you don't act like everybody else. But I feel like the identity attached to that is like the biggest fucking problem with the education system. There's always a stigma placed on that I don't know, the trades versus.
I never felt like that.
I have, yo. I've seen it in so many different jobs. I've seen it, you know, that corporate mindset versus I don't know. I have a big ass problem with that, yo. Because at the end of the day, education is just learning something. You see what I'm saying? But people place it as, okay, this is me. I have to move this way. But now that I'm corporate, I have to fit the mold of a corporate person. Like, what the fuck? Really? Why you just can't be yourself? You see what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I hate that shit. That shit gets on my damn nerves, man.
That ain't the corporate ecosystem. You ain't supposed to just be yourself.
I just feel like
that ain't their ecosystem. Because if that was the case, they wouldn't have dress codes.
I mean, I feel you. But I mean, a little bit of individuality ain't never hurt nobody. You see what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, I don't know.
I feel like that's a problem. I
think individuality is cool.
Or no tangent or nothing like that. That's just, I don't know. There was something that was just kind of in the back of my mind when I took that flight, and I just thought about just finances overall. Yeah, I feel like that. I don't know. I feel like we need work in that department. Man. What else?
I don't know. I don't see too many.
Go ahead.
Too many of those instances.
Really?
But then I don't fly like that, so you know, I just ain't really come across my radar.
What do y'all think about the Chicago shooting? The guy in the restaurant that hit the woman and the 14-year-old shot him.
Oh, okay.
They gotta let go.
So initially, when I first heard about it, the first thing I said was, well, I didn't think she was wrong because I watched the video and he did put his hands on her. Once he put his hands on her, that was it. And I put myself in the mind of that 14-year-old. You put your hands on my mama, and I don't know you, cuz. So what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna protect my mother. So, I mean, from a moral standpoint as well as a legal standpoint, that shit justifies, yo.
But see, the thing was she wanted to kill the other girl in there too, right? The mother?
That was all rumors, and that's why they kind of let them go, I guess, because a lot of that stuff was hearsay. They said like the witness lied, which was the girlfriend or something of the dude.
But you kill somebody at 14, that's gotta be hard on your mental state.
I was about to say, he probably gonna be messed up though.
It probably is though. Now,
because that.
So I was watching, and I forgot. I'm gonna post it, but I meant to send it to y'all. And I was watching a TikTok that talked about that, right? And it actually it was a firearms instructor, and he said, "Say you with your mother, right? You specifically, Craig, and something happens, and you have more knowledge about firearms than your mother, right?" They were saying, how many instances would it be where the mother would take direction from the son in regards to something happening? You see what I'm saying? Like, in that situation, you tell your mother, like, "Mom, go this way, I got this. How many, and he was black. He was like, how many black mothers would actually be the subliminal person in that role and would actually follow that mindset?
You gonna put me in that role, it's gonna be a whole different story because I'm not gonna do what no normal person do. First of all, if I'm with my mother, I'm not getting into no gunfight, dog. I'm not pulling out the blick on nobody. I'm grabbing my mother and we getting the hell out of there. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand where people think that guns protect you. No, hold up. Let me.
No, listen to me. He was doing this as
you asked me a question.
Boy, though.
I didn't even get to finish it. Okay. Well, I've been in a situation where I was around 12, 10 years old, and I seen my grandmother get robbed. You know what I'm saying? I'm in the car, got the seatbelt on. I wasn't 14, so I ain't have as much knowledge. My grandmother never have a gun or nothing like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? There was nothing I could do. You know what I'm saying? Oftentimes I sit back and I wish that I could have done something or I did do something, but you're a kid. You don't know. You know what I'm saying? 14 years old, somebody like, get the gun, you get the gun, you shoot them. You shooting them off for just straight some type of impulse, some type of short, temporary anger of impulse, right? You know, you're not thinking. You don't have that training like, okay, this is not a good idea. Because think about it like this. He pulled a gun, and then old buddy, he pulled his gun. He know way more than a 14-year-old about shooting people. And he shot both of them. Now your mother did, and you probably get hit and won't die. Your mother probably get shot all up. You just cause more damage than you stop.
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
If you walking around with a gun, I don't understand where people get into this wild, wild west mentality where you think, oh, if I'm getting shot at, the best thing to do is to pull my gun out and start shooting back. No, get your ass into some goddamn. I've been in probably 12 different types of shootings. Get your ass into some damn cover. Hide, motherfucker. If somebody roll up on you, then you blast them. But don't stand out there thinking that you gonna hit targets like you some damn SWAT team professional.
So
it's not
right? What you just said in that instance. Put yourself in there as the 14-year-old. Now, I'm not saying that you have a gun on you. You don't have to have a gun on you. But you just gave some clear survival instructions, right?
Mm-hmm.
His whole point was, how many black mothers out here today is actually going to listen to their son giving these survival instructions? Do you know many black mothers that's going to do that? If you was
no, because you know they already think that kids don't know as much as them.
Exactly.
Right. She probably would have told, a good mother probably would have told you to get back in the car or would have left.
Exactly.
You know.
Exactly.
I don't know. Ratchet moms, they be a little bit different. You know what I'm saying? They be about that action.
But
so
they try to say she told him to go to the car and get it, but there's no evidence of that, and he came back with it.
My thing is, if she got it, you know, it's just so many different variations of this shit. Because if my car, I think on one hand, if I got a gun in my car and I got a kid, am I gonna tell my kid where my gun is at? You know, if I tell him where it's at, then he know where it's at. That might be an issue one day. If I don't tell him where it's at, we might run into some stuff where I need him to use it, or he might need it for survival. So it's kind of like, but I don't know.
I think I
really don't know. But as a 14-year-old, I don't know. Awful fear, maybe, but. It's just hard to say, yo.
I felt like that was a scary scenario that he brought up, because I know there's a lot of moms out here that's not going to take direction from their kid about survival,
and they definitely don't want their kids shooting nobody and killing nobody.
But that's why I'm saying take the gun out of the situation. Just the survival instinct alone, you may have it. Your mother ain't gonna have it, but is your mother really gonna take? I'm not saying you specifically. But is the mother really going to take the direction from their 14-year-old kid about survival? Even if they don't have it. You see what I'm saying?
No.
But see, this is another thing. This is another thing too, though. Old buddy hit her, right? He never pulled a gun out on her.
He did.
So it's like you jumped to step 10 because he hit your mom, and your mom was cool with it. Like or she asked you to do it. It's
I don't know.
I don't know.
The video, bro. He was fucking her up though.
Because I know a lot of mothers will probably try to fight back.
Loud as hell.
Yeah,
you know?
That damn punch, you heard that?
Yeah, he was fucking her up, yo.
Yeah.
Did you see the video?
No, I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
He probably was fucking her up, but
he went to town.
Yeah.
More than once.
He truly did, Joe.
I could see why the kid was shooting, because out of fear, you know. But me, when I was a kid and people were shooting, you had to get your ass on the ground. Period. And damn sure not telling me where no gun is at. You know, my pops, he worked for the government. He did the government jobs. He had a gun. You know, he ain't telling me where it's at though.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I guess different strokes for different folks, but
yeah, because that can easily be like
it's things are way different now too. I grew up in the freaking 90s. You know.
Yeah.
So people were still fighting a little bit then.
That's true too. So for the last joint, I was looking at something like right before we got on here about one of the January 6th insurrection dudes who pretty much he got convicted. I don't know. He got convicted. They found out who he was or whatever. I don't know how the whole case went with him. But they just announced today that he had explosives and was about to blow up Barack Obama's house.
Wow. Wow.
Did he say that? Or?
I don't even know where Barack lived at.
I don't know.
The fuck? Like, what?
He had the explosives on him and all of that shit was ready.
I didn't even know where Barack lived at. Like, Barack still got Secret Service on him.
I have no clue.
Do we?
Yeah, every president who retires or whatever the fuck they call it, they have to have a security detail on them. They might not have the full package, but they still gotta, you know.
That's something. Yeah. Probably like the same thing as like congressmen and
because
shit.
Because it go down the line. If something happened to a president, then they gotta go back to the last. You know what I'm saying? It's some shit they be doing. They hierarchy system.
That makes sense, though.
Yeah, it does. That shit, man.
Or the vice president. Whatever, but he was about to go blow up my man's house, though. Why they always want to blow us up? I don't understand that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like the first thing, like, just the first thing you hear about white terrorism, right? It's like when they commit terrorism, they just want to either shoot up a whole spot or blow something up. You know what I'm saying? It don't be no little stuff like, oh, I'm just going to take somebody for ransom or I'm going to hide somebody or something like that. It'd be a full out
mass casualty.
Yeah. I'm about to create a spectacle. But it be against the it don't be against, like, okay, it'd be different if you went into and you know, that's God forbid. It'd be different if you go to like a police precinct and just start shooting black cops or start shooting black people, right? God forbid. But you go in and you go kill kids? What are we doing?
Yeah. I feel
like
you.
How? Or you go and blow up a whole bunch of black people who never really had an effect on your life anyway. The lawmakers is the ones that screwed you. Like, why are you killing us? You know, like,
yeah.
That's like what they say. Pick up somebody your own side. You know,
if you mad that the government stopped slavery, don't kill black people. Kill the people who stopped slavery. You know what I'm saying? Like, why are you attacking me, bro? Yeah. What if you were a slave? Would you not want to be free too? It's like, son, this is insane to me, yo.
That shit wild.
I don't understand people, dog. We be fighting the wrong people.
Mm-hmm.
You mad at homosexuals for not being able to get a job because it's more so homosexuals than there is whatever you are. So you start killing mad homosexuals and shit.
Don't get it.
But the CEO sitting on at home looking at it on TV like, this a damn shame. Man, what the fuck? What is happening out here? Yo.
I don't get it, man.
He was going to blow up Obama's house. Damn.
Crazy, man. And like the scary part is, how do you know where he lives?
Right. How he know where he live at?
I'm sure they could find it easy. But they probably had inside. A lot of them knew inside stuff too.
But this the thing though. I don't even know where Trump is and his ass in jail. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, son. What you mean? Like, Barack did his time, dog. It's over. Like, let it go.
Yeah.
You know how long ago that was?
2 presidents ago. Come on, bro. Yeah. I don't know, man.
Like, imagine if, like, a whole bunch of, like, you know, white supremacists sat down with, like, black, what's the word? I can't think of the word right now, but no, pro black.
Some Panthers.
When you fighting for your culture,
like militia,
not philanthropists. Just people who fight for black rights and black power and all that shit. I can't think of it. But anyway, just imagine all of them sitting with all of them, with that conversation, and all they could do was talk. What would that conversation be like, son?
That'd be interesting.
Like if the Panthers could sit down with the KKK or some shit like that, or the police, and just talk and see what's going on.
Everybody basically trying to say why they feel more superior.
But you know what I think is crazy?
Inferior.
I think everybody's conversations will be similar.
Word. Go into depth about that. How so?
Because I think when you listen to like white supremacists talk and they talk about other races, they always talk about, oh, they need their own place. Just give them their own place. Let them stay over there and do what they do. But then when like we're talking about now, I've heard white supremacists say these things in regards to black people. But then on the same aspect, I've listened to documentaries from like Black Panthers. They say the same exact thing. All we want is our spot just for us. Just for us. It's the same exact conversation. You're telling me, white supremacist, you want me to have this place over here and be over here. But I'm telling you as a black man, I want a place right here. It can be the same place.
So it's two sides of the same coin.
Exactly, you know? The shit, why I think the conversation would be so fucking similar, dog. I think they'll be looking at each other like, what the fuck? Whole time we were thinking the same shit? Yeah, we don't fuck with you, but this is what I want and this is what you want. It's the shit the same, you know? I feel like that conversation never happened because of that reason, and that realization would occur if they ever did, yo.
That conversation would be insane, bro.
It would be wild.
It would be crazy. Cause if you do come to that conclusion that we both fighting for the same cause, then what?
The next thing is because work with one another on trying to do shit. We ain't gotta fuck with each other. Like, but damn, if you got this shit and I got this shit, I don't fuck with you, but you got what I got. All right, I'll do this shit and give you this shit so I can get this shit and do my shit and still fuck you, but I'm gonna still do what the fuck I gotta do.
But you know why something like that, another or main reason why something like that would never happen. And it don't got nothing to do with like us fighting an equal battle.
What is?
And you want to really know what it is?
What?
Economists would never, ever, ever, ever go for some shit like that. Because without the minority income or revenue that we bring, they could live by themselves.
Man.
But then they gonna have to go back to doing what?
The same work.
Living off the land. Hey, who white want to work for like white people don't even want to work for themselves. They don't want to work for each other.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They damn sure ain't trying to do the jobs that we getting shuffled off to.
Oh. No.
So once that disappears, then it's like, oh, imagine like all black people, we just massively left this motherfucker and just went somewhere dope as fuck, right? And we just living a life, having a good time because we know what to do, right? We done this like so many different times. Tulsa, for one, you know, we done this so many times.
Yeah.
And then America just don't got no black people or no other race for that matter. Then what?
Mm-hmm.
How many states are in this country?
51.
You talking about 51 states full of just emptiness because white people just we all CEOs, bosses, and supervisors and stuff. We don't got no employees. What we gonna do?
Yeah,
economic failure. They'd be crying for us back. Oh,
yeah,
we can't let these black people leave. They'd be killing us to stay. They'd be like, if y'all leave, we gonna kill y'all.
Yeah.
They'd be like, oh, we gotta throw these black people in prison because they trying to cross borders and stuff illegally. Now we about to make them. Now we about to make them work for us forever in prison for free.
It's crazy, yeah. That's a crazy.
It'd be slave trade all over again.
Yep.
They'd be having Mexico extraditing black people for slavery and shit. Oh yeah, we're gonna send them back to America. They need some workers and shit.
Shit wild as fuck, yeah.
You know, that's some economic tactical planning and shit, bro.
Truly is. Well, this was a good one.
Know,
we we murdered that one.
In the event that we ever did have our own, let's just say, state for right now. In the event that blacks had their own state, I mean, streets and cities named after, you know, black stuff or African American stuff. How does that look in your mind, yo? What do those streets look like? What do those homes look like? You know, what does the art look like? Like, imagine that, yo. That would be insane.
That'd be wild.
That'd look nice.
It
won't look like Wakanda. I know it won't look like Wakanda, but it'd be a lot because we African American. We not like that.
Yeah.
That culture would be crazy, yo.
Yeah, but at the same time, we have to make sure that we are unified. You know, sad to say, a lot of us melanin people do not stand together.
You're right. You're right about that.
That'd be dope.
It would be nice. It would definitely be dope. But
be protected is the question.
We gotta protect it. Make sure the right, you know.
And then, like you said, pretty much can we protect it from ourselves?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know.
I mean, that's a mindset. But hopefully everybody who's there wants the same thing.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be thinking because I'm like, everybody else has figured it out. Surely we would be able to. I mean, it's not like we haven't lived amongst each other in a cohesive manner. It's just thinking about it on a broader scale. Like a state is bigger than like a damn city.
Yeah.
You know, but like you got the whole state. It's just like black. It's like blacks is just pouring in. We building buildings. We building businesses, schools, industries. We creating disruptors. We got stocks on lock. Imagine what those people look like, yo, in y'all heads. What do African American rich, wealthy, and middle class people would look like in a city or in a state.
That's a good thought to think about.
That's interesting. I'll leave everybody to ponder that. With that being said, this is your boy, Kemetic Energy.
It's Shardae.
Your boy, Cray.
All right. We out. Peace out, peoples. Remember, this is produced by Livewire Sound and Entertainment. Peace.
This show was produced by Livewire Sound and Entertainment. If you're looking to rent premium sound equipment for your next concert or podcast at a low price, go to www.livewiresoundent.com.
Dirty Mouth Radio.